Hello guys,
Hi.
Today we will be performing a podcast that we will be discussing about how the progress of our project, the glamping
Cabin.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so my name is Syuhada.
My name is Syaza. Okay, we're both from Arizo and we are in the second semester of our first year.
Okay, so what you can expect from our podcast today is we're going to share what our progress is, and you can root on our glamping cabin project, inshallah.
You can looking forward to it. Okay, so I think we may start. We'll start by introducing my nakli, and we will go through the concept of my project. So the nakli that I used was Surah 11 and the verse 11. So it's a verse that tell us how Allah has bestowed upon us an ability for us to do something greater, something good. So I interpreted it to be like ibadah. So ibadah is something good, right? Something that when we do it will become a benefit for us and it will not waste our time. So that was the highlighted part that in my nakli that I want to emphasize. So the highlighted part, so do something good in my project was to be wood carving. So wood carver is my client. So as wood carving is an activity itself lah. Okay. And then so that as you know that wood carver is always revolve around trees, like and the name itself is wood. So wood is a timber is a tree. So of course we have to live among the trees so that we can gain the experience of being the carving. So that's how I come up with a concept which is arboreal abode.
Arboreal abode. Yes, repeat after me. Okay, thank you.
Do you know the meaning of arboreal?
No, I'm very curious. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I say. Arboreal is something that related to trees. House trees, animal that lives on the trees, plants that wraps around the trees, or anything revolves around the trees. So that's what we call arboreal. Okay, and abode is something that we live in, a resident or a place that we can live in. So combine of those two, you can also guess what the meaning is. Is where a place where we can live while living among the trees. So that place is becoming a place that so the wood carver can gain inspiration from the surrounding and also doing the activity that they love. So that's the brief of my concept. So how is yours?
Okay, mine is I referring to Surah Al-Anfal verse 2. Okay, which the meaning behind it is actually like when Allah is mentioned, the believers' hearts will become fearful, and then when Al-Quran is recited, their hearts become scared. Like their faith is increases. Yes, that's the point. I'm sorry. Okay. That's okay. So when I refer to that very meaningful ayah, then I also come out with my clients, which is sensory therapists. As you can see, sensory therapists use not only
what is sensory therapist?
Okay, sensory therapists actually doing works that involves the five senses of humans, which are sight, hearing, touching or physical touch, and then smell, and also taste. Okay, so like the verse itself, like when they hear Quran and then hear Allah's name, they become fearful, and also like their faith increases. So that's how I come up with my concept name, which is sparkquility. You wonder what is sparkquility? Sparkle, yeah, maybe sparkle like that. Okay, but actually it's combination of two words, which is spark and tranquility. Okay. So sparkquility. Okay, so I aim that my glamping cabin will actually involves all the the sensory itself, and also like have the spot when the client sensory therapist go to there, they will gain inspiration, and also the cabin itself provide a peaceful environment so that they can gain inspiration. That's the overview of initial, yeah, like that lah. Yes.
Okay, so we will go through the discussion about the space around the building, the form and the facade that we will be going through in the next second. So, is your building mainly for the therapist itself, or is a family-like building? Like,
Oh yeah. Actually, when it comes to the cabin itself, glamping cabin, it actually like temporary use. Okay, so I aim that the therapist can find the peaceful and inspiration, of course, but also there's like spaces for them and their family also. So it's like more like private, but also can be used by public on certain parts. Okay, for my cabin. How about you?
about mine, okay, so my cabin is divided into two parts. One is purely for family gathering, dining purposes, and there is also a stairs to get to the mezzanine, to the upper floor, that was consist of bedrooms so that it will get more privacy. While the other side of the park is focusing on the work itself. So it has its own carving station, and both side of the station is a clear glass wall, so that people and the family from the gathering area can see what's the person's doing, what's one of their family member doing, and the person on the bystanders that walking along the river can see, oh, he's carving. So I want to emphasize that on my design. So yeah, that's divided into two parts.
Okay.
Then so if you see that your design, of course you do have a form, right?
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
So what does your form resembles of, like in a glimpse of it?
Okay, so glimpse of it. Okay, actually I got inspiration from like the five sensory. Yeah, I actually really want to emphasize each landmarks have its own focused sensory elements like that. So that's why I come up with my conceptual models like this. It's actually like sparkling or like focusing into five different landmarks and points. Okay, so this is how is it. You can see. Okay, so like I want also I do a site analysis and site synthesis that like this area which actually has the highest frequency of loud noise. Okay, so I want to make it like the wing for focusing on the hearing senses, and then the one beside it is like focusing on I'm sorry. Sorry. No, not sight. Not sight yet.
Touch.
Yes, the physical touch. Because at the site itself, there's so many trees. Yes, and also there's boulder. Also there is has like contour here. So it's very like many textures there. So I want to emphasize on the touching senses there. Okay, and then here is where there is sun glare. Okay, so I want to make it like has windows so they can see the very beautiful sun glare. And then this is smell senses. Okay, smell senses. And it actually has very big boulder there, but like I want to say smell there because it is the spot that can get all the natural smell that point. And also lastly, I want to make it like taste senses because I want to put a kitchen and then like outdoor camping vibe there on the wing. Okay, That's, I don't think it's a glimpse, but yes, yeah, that's how I got my form.
Oh, that's interesting
Okay,
concept.
thank you.
That
I want to know more.
I actually thought that the taste part is like you tasting the wood, like.
Oh, yeah,
I actually
really?
thought that. Oh.
I think people will get confused if I don't explain it properly.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, but that's for me now. Okay, and then how about you?
Okay, so.
Really want to know it is elevated or not, and so.
Okay, so I say that most of our studio classmates been going for rectangular shapes, like the one that have forms. While me, I think it's inevitable that I go for a circular shape. So as you can see that my design are developed over time. So based on the crease and also for the final design that I think it might look. At the glimpse, it might look like a snail. A snail shaped. Okay, snail shaped. So, as you can see, that snail has the main part, which is the circle, and then the next to it, which is the curve part that's separated, that almost separated. So, the main part, which is the circle, is the main gathering area, and the gathering area also has the upper floor, which has all the bedrooms and one bedroom. And while the separated area on the ground floor is the working station.
The one you say like the shell parts of the
shell
snail.
part of the snail.
Snail,
So
okay.
I'm afraid that I might get laughed at by my student classmate, just like how I get on my
First semester
first
project.
semester. But yeah, it's okay. I'm proud of my design. Yeah, this is all. Okay.
Interesting. So you will make like the staircase follow the circular shape.
I will make the staircase along the line so that it can get immersed into the design.
Is it elevated or not?
It's elevated. What do you mean? The stairs?
The
ground
ground
floor.
the ground.
The ground floor will be elevated and it has 2 levels. Okay, so the lower level it didn't have such a much difference, but it just to separate the space between the living room and then the dining room. So it's all both of them are in the same space. So to divide and to separate them, I will raise the dining room a little bit along the other part. So the living room will be the only one that stays on the ground, so that they can saw the nature that that was laid upon them better. So they can see all the trees, the rivers, the laughter of the kids directly in front of them. So that's the glimpse of my design, I think so.
You refer to many present studies and case studies because as I can remember, we have visited to 3 case studies and all are has their own characteristic. Yes. And so, which are like you the most use or apply in your design?
For the present study, I mostly use I didn't use any of the houses that we go to the circuit in Syuhada, since it didn't match my concept very well. So I go with the resort that I researched on the website, which is Selepas Hujan. The name of the resort is Selepas Hujan.
So it's Malaysia?
Yes, it's in Malaysia. I don't remember which state is it in. Okay, so the Selepas Hujan is they have a lot of deck. A lot of deck that allow the visitors to engage with the nature outside. So that's what I apply on my design. So I have about for the ground floor, I have about 3 or 4 decks only on the ground floor. So not to mention the upper floor. So I emphasize that from the previous study, so that the views of the surrounding can get to the visitors better. That's what I take from the previous study. And I didn't found any previous study that have a circular shape. So I'm thinking about how about starting one from myself. So yeah, that's the invention that I made. How about yours? Do you have a lot of previous study?
Okay, actually, the same goes to you. The case studies we go is actually not really suits my cabin actually. But the one that I has been MC, I'm Emerson, which is Lahilian. I I do research on my own at their Instagram. Then I also apply their open concept, and also consider study some of that I refer a lot is spiral house, which is the facade spiral house. Spiral house. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of architect and the location, but I apply it in my this latest Maxi model, okay, which is the lowest. Okay, I use the lowest here. You can see for ventilation, natural ventilation. I want to emphasize the natural ventilation and also natural lighting in my design. Okay. Also, the large window, the ceiling, the floor to ceiling window also is referring to that to ceiling study. So why do you say you have like 4 decking only on ground floor? Why that how does the so many decking has relation to that wood carving activity?
Okay, so as a wood carver, so my father is a wood carver, so I used to observe him. A lot by sitting by his side and see that he does his work. So one day I asked him, how does you gain your inspiration? So my father loves nature lots, okay? So he will go anywhere that have trees. That he's obsessed with trees. So he says that we as an artist, we should be open to the nature so that the nature form, the nature's guidance can absorb themselves into us, and we can get inspiration from it. So imagine if the building only has one deck in one location, specific location. So if the person suddenly in there, they will have to rush towards the working station to do their work, so before the inspiration gone. So and while they're working, if the deck is not there, they can only see the view, they cannot engage with it. So if there is a deck within the working station, within the living room, they can get the inspiration while working at the same time without any troubles. So that's why I want to add a lot of text. So did you have a lot of text or did you not?
Okay, actually there is 2 from 5 wings has that, which is on the shearing parts and also the texture part, okay, which is the texture sense, physical sense, physical touch sense. I do like decking because, like I say, I want them to feel the trees, the textures of trees, because as you can see in my model, the decking is very close to the trees, the trunk of trees, so they can actually like touch. You feel they can also like immerse on that texture. And also the other decking I said is for the hearing side, because they can like sit on the decking and then they can like feel the sound of the river flowing, human activities, and also like birds chirping. So oh my god, that's the function of the decking, and like aka outdoor space activities are there.
So I see that you have an upper floor as well, right?
Oh yes.
So back in the middle. So what are the kind of stairs that you're going for? Is it spiral stairs, normal kind of stairs, or it has the rest before going for it?
I'm going for a U-shaped staircase, but I want to make it aesthetic and also like not really take too much space. Like the below of the stair can be used as like storing some things like that.
So the roof looks like a house.
No, this is like still messy model. Okay, I'm not go for this actually. I'm still developing the roof, which I think of like a slanted roof, the gable roof, but the right and left side is not balanced like this. Okay. Oh, also I wanted to say that I also like use two floor, like have two floor, but the upper flight is very like intimate. It's actually only private space there. There's 3 bedrooms located there and also a bathroom. Oh yeah. Oh, and like it is not really double floor. It's actually like loft. I think you also like that, loft.
Yeah, kind of. The meter is the height I'm going is probably like 3 meter at most. So it's not that high. And so the roof that I'm going for, it also resembles a snail. So it has a flat roof. Okay. So from the bottom one is a flat, and while the upper one it's snail shape. You know, like it will increasing and decreasing level. Like it will come in circular, but it's still going down. So when the rain come upon it, it will go down. So it will not damage the space inside it while maintaining the aesthetic of the concept.
Very interesting.
So,
Okay. I think we have a short of time left. So, what is your like advice or maybe like last words for this podcast?
okay, so if you would be an architect just to do one day, you'll be surprised about how fast-paced that we are going here. You might think that we are given the brief of the project, then suddenly they want us to give us the form. But don't worry, over the time you will develop your design with your create session, with your lecturer, and they will help you as much as possible. So don't worry and just do your best. Fighting!
So for those our juniors watching these videos, come join us. Be our junior. Inshallah, the lecturers and the seniors are all good.
We're gonna love you.
Okay. Oh, also no, sorry. I have quotes for today, which is every day you are given 2 choices. Okay. So first is you woke up, you continue to sleep, something like that. And then the second is you woke up and choose your dream. Okay. So I'm sure we are all here in architecture USIM Archi School wants to actually becomes the architect one day, inshallah. So what we want to do is we need to improvise our design and go to create as much as we can, and then try to become better students so that we can achieve our dream together. Okay.
Yes, and we'll make our parents proud, inshallah. Okay, that's all from us.
Bye bye. Thank you. Subscribe. Aris Studio.